don't really have a hardware store, so I have to get all the wood, cut at a sawmill and haul it up there. But
Man,
other than that, other than that, though, I'm just looking forward to spending some time with my wife, Sissy, because she's my rock, and it's been all year since I've really seen her, so.
That's awesome. How did y'all meet?
Yeah, thank you. We met in Bogota, and we just kind of took it off from there. Yeah, I've been traveling to Colombia since, I don't know, I was like 23 or something. And it's a beautiful country. Once you make your way down there, it's kind of hard to not go back. It's just full of life, if you will.
Do you speak other languages as well?
I speak a little bit of Spanish.
Okay.
Sissy will say I speak zero Spanish, but I speak a little bit. But that's it. I don't really speak any other languages.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I was curious how y'all conversed as well, but, and obviously how you have to converse with everybody else down there. But, if you know a poquito amount of Spanish, then I think you should be fine.
Correct, yeah. I speak enough to get by, right? And if I can't get by, my wife steps in. So.
Enough to get by and enough to get in trouble.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So have you grown up in Kansas City your entire life?
Yeah, I'm KCMO my entire life. Should have left 10 years ago to see the world, but I didn't. So, but I'm from Kansas City. I love it. I'm not from the Kansas side though. There's a big difference.
There is, and people I don't think realize that there are two different Kansas cities. There's the Kansas side and then there's the Missouri side. Correct,
and generally, and this is predated, but generally there's kind of like a rivalry between the two states. So I've never been over to Kansas until I started working at the farmer's market. So that was interesting for me, which sounds ridiculous, but I just don't ever go over there.
It's interesting that a farmer's market is what took you over to get one state over.
Yeah, I was like, you guys are awesome. I don't know what the beef's all about.
Now, for those that don't know, I mean, we're talking about coffee, but Kansas City is very well known for their barbecue. Have you been to Texas and had Texas barbecue?
I have. I'm not impressed. Sorry.
Oh, okay then. Shots fired. So,
no,
I mean, obviously,
there.
There's two different methods, really, obviously. So what do you feel is the Kansas City kind of like what Kansas City barbecue stands for?
I mean, it's going to be our sauce at the end of the day, right?
Yeah, I was going to say y'all are sauce heavy.
Yeah. I mean, cooking meat's cooking meat. We all cook meat the same way, as far as barbecue goes. So, you smoke it, and that's that. I mean, if you mess that up, then I don't know. Don't make barbecue. But other than that, it just kind of comes down to the sauce. And we have a sweeter tasting sauce, and I guess I'm your red-blooded American. I like sweet tasting things, so that's what it kind of comes down to for me. And then I like burn-ins and pulled pork. So.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, for me, I was gonna say I like Texas barbecue. Obviously, I'm from here, so I'm a little biased. But I normally don't even touch sauces because if you've made the meat good enough with the spices and the flavor, you don't need the sauce. So I haven't been to Kansas City yet. I want to, obviously, to try the barbecue, and once you guys are open, visit your place as well, and then visit all the other fun things there are to do in Kansas City. But I do know that y'all are sauce heavy, so I'm very curious how that's going to be as opposed to what I'm used to, where I don't use sauce, or I don't use anybody's sauces at all.
Right, yeah, and that's the thing that got me with Texas barbecue. There's no sauce, Like I'm typically used to just taking my sandwich and dunking it in with the sauce. But down there it's very dry, and I was like, I need some water to go down with this, but yeah, no, you're gonna have to definitely make your way up here. Kansas City's been growing a lot the last 10 years. So
good. I love hearing that.
Yeah, it's pretty much redesigned its entire self. So it's been very beautiful to see it grow. It's getting expensive though.
That's the other issue about places growing is that it can get a little expensive, and so people who've been there forever are then kind of shut out, and they're like, well, we're kind of priced out of this place that we've lived forever. So let's see what the suburbs hold.
Yeah, right. I know when I moved out on my own, rent was like $700. Today that rent's $1,400. I don't know. I haven't seen wages doubled yet, but
yeah, I was having that conversation with somebody the other day. It's like, well, we're seeing everything go up except for wages. So I don't know how people are supposed to live anymore.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know. Something's gonna have to give because the cost of living is outrageous right now.
Without a doubt. And yeah, I mean, next year or 2024 is going to be a very interesting year all the way around, and then the election doesn't help things either. So I'm curious and cautious when it comes to 2024.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping it's going to be a good year for us, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know. The country's on track to do a good job, so we'll see. But,
yeah, I did see something this morning that I think the jobs report has been highest it's ever been, and then everything's is trending upwards. So fingers crossed that it stays that way.
Yeah. So you asked me earlier, like some things that I've learned as far as dealing with how to process coffee and the challenges and stuff. So one thing we did not anticipate was having to deal with. So like we literally live like essentially in the Wild West, if you will, right? There's so there's like rebel groups that we have to deal with sometimes, and we've learned that it's almost like having to deal with two different governments. So at one point when you cross the river, you're dealing with this, governing agency, and you get the other side, and it's another one. So that's been kind of challenging. And
super interesting.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of annoying too, but you just have to learn to live by their rules and don't get out of line. But yeah.
Well, again, hopefully things get better and things change so that this process is so much easier for you.
Yeah, we've been working on it. It should be getting better.
Good. So I have a segment on the show I call it the 5 counts. Just 5 random questions. Just answer as quick as possible.
Okay.
If you were on America's Got Talent, what would your talent be?
Telling jokes.
Hey, there we go. If you were a pro wrestler or MMA fighter, what would your name be?
Janssen the Destroyer.
Oh, that's a good one. What's your go-to breakfast order?
Eggs and bacon.
That's a good one. Who or what inspires you?
My wife.
Good. And what would you tell your 17-year-old self?
That's a good one. Study more.
There you go.
Yeah, I didn't study a lot, so.
And now I imagine you study all the time when it comes to coffee.
I never stop learning, right?
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the goal I think everyone should have is never stop learning.
Yeah, it's what keeps you young. Exactly.
Now, if people wanted to find out more about y'all, follow you online, buy your coffee, how can they do all the things?
They can follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and that's really our only avenue for people to approach us right now. Until we get a coffee shop opened up. So, and of course Amazon. But we put out informational stuff all the time on our Instagram page, and I mean, even if they don't want to try our coffee, they can at least learn some stuff about coffee.
Right. There we go. And again, never stop learning.
Exactly.
Well, Brett, thank you so much for your time. And again, thank you for your coffee. Your coffee is absolutely amazing, and I can't wait to go through the other bags as well and share it with friends. And I really can't wait for y'all to open your coffee shop. Fingers crossed in the spring of 2024, you guys will be open and starting to kill the Kansas City market.
Thank you. We look forward to having you up here. And I'll be more than happy to show you some good barbecue apart from my coffee.
Maybe we could find a way to pair the two, and it'd be a perfect day.
Well, we probably could. That is the thing. So
there you go. Well, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you again so much to Brett for being on the show. Again, check out Janssen's House Coffee. They are phenomenal. You're definitely getting your money's worth, and you will not regret it. Also, while you're doing the fun things, make sure to follow us on our social medias. It is Brewsers Pod. That is BREWSCRSPOD on the Instagram, the Twitter, and the Threads. If you want to send us an email, it is brewserspod@gmail.com. And if you want to follow me directly, it is Rody John. That is RODIEJON. Rody John is the name on the Twitter and on Untappd. Find out what I'm drinking. Maybe we can have a beer together. If you want to follow me on the Threads or the Instagram, it is official Rody John. And an email is rodyjohn@gmail.com. So until next time, make sure to enjoy life, drink local, and cheers.